Welcome to Sessions, a program where we showcase some of the best musical talent East Texas has to offer. I'm Xavier Lindsay, and on today's show we'll feature one of the most talented country artists in the area, Haylee Lewis, who will be performing two of her original songs, and you're not going to want to miss it. How you doing today, Haylee?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good myself. So, where are you originally from?
Originally, I'm from Panhandle, Texas. It's a small town in the Panhandle called Panhandle.
Oh, it's actually called the Panhandle.
It is called Panhandle, Texas, yes.
Okay, so what brought you down here to East Texas?
Well, down here, one of my high school friends came to SFA to get her master's degree in art, and I was looking for a new place to live, and she said, "Oh, come out here and live with me and check out the area." And I've been here 2 years now, and I love it.
And how has the music scene been here for you?
Oh, it's been wonderful. Everybody I've met has been super supportive of my music and everybody else's music, and I've made a lot of friends through the music scene here.
And now that you're here, what events kind of brought you to this moment?
A lot of help from a lot of people, just meeting wonderful people that have their own passions and drive, that want to be able to not only build something for themselves, but support other artists in the making of their own thing.
Is there anyone, let's say your family, that might have inspired you to start playing guitar or singing and things like that?
My aunt Stephanie started playing guitar when I was 16. She's pretty much been singing her whole life, but she decided that she wanted to play guitar as well. And because she's one of my most inspiring people I look up to, I decided, oh, if she can do it, so can I. So I bought a guitar off of eBay and taught myself from there.
Oh, okay. So thinking back here, East Texas, the musical scene. So how, let's say, when you started, let's say, writing your own songs here, how was the reception here?
It was very good. I wrote my first song about a year ago, um, and I took it to open mic here in town at Macklemore's, and I just sang my heart out in front of some people that I barely knew, and everyone was very receptive. They were proud, they clapped, they gave me feedback on certain areas that they really enjoyed, and other parts say, hey, maybe bring it up here, or just a little something. Let this note ring out for a second before you jump into the next verse. And it's been great. Good feedback. People like it. Now I have people requesting my songs at my shows.
So one of your songs, Six String Girl, can you tell us a little bit about what inspired you to make that song?
Six String Girl. I was sitting in my bedroom just picking on my guitar, trying to find some notes to go together. And just I've always had the thought of the phrase six string girl in my head for a few months, wanting to write a song about it, but every time I sat down and tried to, I couldn't get anything. But one day I was just sitting playing music and this melody came out, and it was kind of just a showcase of me and my life in many ways, and then it kind of spun off a bit into a fairy tale sort of at the end. Well, just not so much a fairy tale. It's more, it is very much about me and how I feel and the way that my life has kind of been going. And then I had to throw in a couple spots here and there to make the song wrap up.
And you would say that's kind of like your routine when you're making your songs normally?
Yes, yeah, they never come to me when I want them to. It's just, I'm hanging out, just trying to think of a song that I want to play that I know that already exists, and then something else comes up just straight out of my imagination.
Okay. We'll keep going. Okay. So, well, let's talk about one of your Your other songs, it was No Words Left Behind.
Words Left Behind.
Words Left Behind,
Yes.
yes. Can you tell us a little bit about what that song means to you?
Yeah, that one was kind of a breakup song. It was about a relationship that wasn't bad but wasn't really good. So one of the lyrics is, I love the way you kissed me and you treated me fine. And it was fine, but it wasn't good. But I hate the words you left behind. And in that relationship and many other relationships I've seen through close friends or family members, the other person in that relationship may have said some things that weren't the best that just kind of stick with you. And it's kind of something that you have to fight every day. Like just some of those words that they said is something that just kind of play on repeat in your head.
Is there an audience you would, let's say, like to reach with these type of songs that you make?
I want people that don't really know how to express their emotions in certain areas of their life to be able to listen to this and think that that's what I'm feeling. And that's something that I do when I find music or when I'm looking for new music to listen to, is I find something that I feel like I can relate to. Either I've been in that situation or the artist makes me feel like I have been by how well they tell their story. I want to be able to do that for other people.
You want to be able to, say, how people relate to you and how they feel.
Yes, I want them to be able to take a circumstance or experience that they've had and listen to the song and think, yeah, I feel that way too. That's an emotion that I haven't been able to express.
And you're mainly a country singer, correct?
Mostly country, with like folk Americana spin on it, but mostly rooted in country. I try to switch things up at my shows though. I play pop, alternative rock, just a little bit so that everybody can feel included.
You said folk Americana. Can you explain that a little bit?
It's one of those fun subgenres that it's not, like my music isn't old classic country, but it has more of kind of it's a hard genre or subgenre to explain. I just have found that my music kind of has more of the sound and more identities with other music labeled as Americana.
And you said you're kind of like breaching into pop and other genres like that. Tell us a little bit about that, how you've been doing that lately.
Yeah, I just listen for popular songs, and sometimes I'll be scrolling just looking for a new song to learn, and I'll try it out at a show, and once that show goes on, if there's a person that's like, wow, I really loved that you played this song, I haven't heard that in a while, or I wasn't expecting you to play Coldplay, like I really love that, and then I just add that into the mix of my set list and just try to get, because I know not a lot of people in certain crowds love country music, and that's fine. Not everybody loves one spot so much they want to listen to it for 3 hours. So I try to mix up and throw in those extra things so that it doesn't begin to sound like the same thing over and over for 3 hours.
Gotcha.
Mix it up, try to catch someone's eye.
Yeah. Well, after the break, we'll have a performance from Haylee Lewis, being Six String Girl and Words Left Behind. So make sure to stay tuned for that.
Six-string girl, wild and free, running through the mountains to the sea. I left my world to find myself. After all the searching, I found her on a shelf. She was hiding behind a picture frame. riches and the fame. But she didn't know how hard this road would be. A six-string girl lives a lonely life, knowing that you'll never be somebody's wife. Still she falls hard for every type of guy, feeding her the fables and the lies. But she didn't know how hard this road would be. Six-string girl, come back home. Your daddy's left your mama, now she's all alone, and she misses you. Then your six-string songs, hoping that you'll sing about the place where you belong. But she didn't know how hard this road would be. Yeah, she didn't know how hard it'd be to watch you leave. Six-string girl, wild and free.
That was Six-String Girl by local artist Haylee Lewis. We'll have more with Haylee Lewis, so stay tuned with us. Right now, here's another one of Haylee's songs, Words Left Behind.
You didn't love me, no, not like you said. You just want to keep me beside you in your bed. But I love the way you kiss me and you treated me fine. But I hate the words you left behind. Now I fight with my demons that you fed so well. Your words are fuel for the flames out of hell. Are you the devil or just some smooth talking man? I should have ran, 'cause you didn't love me, no, not like you said. You wanna keep me beside you in your bed. But I love the way you kiss me and you treated me fine. But I hate the words you left behind. And when it rains, it brings a different kind of pain. Even still, just one thought remains, and it's that I hope you love her just like you said. You better hold her tight in and out of bed. Don't be the devil, be some good-hearted man. Even still, I'm glad I ran, 'cause you didn't love me, no, not like you said. You just want to keep me beside you in your bed. But I love the way you kissed me and you treated me fine. Hate the words you left behind. Yeah.
we're back with local musician Haylee Lewis. So earlier you talked about how the folk, what'd you call it, the folk American?
Americana.
Folk Americano. And I know you used to do covers first. So
Yes.
were the covers that genre, or did you branch out to other genres as well with that?
Mostly with that. I started out, I think one of the first songs I learned to play all the way through and just kind of by memory was Last Kiss by Pearl Jam, which is not folk or Americana. But then I got into songs like Sweater Weather by Neighborhood, and so I guess those were a little more Americana songs that I started with, and then jumped into country music that I was listening to currently, like Caitlin Butts or Miranda Lambert, just artists like that that were more music that I had on my playlist. I would listen to something and say, I bet I could do that, and learn the chords and everything for that song.
And how exactly did those country artists and those other artists kind of inspire your style?
The way that they write their music, they tell stories that are relatable. And even if they're not, they make you feel like it is. Like, even when I was 10 years old listening to Carrie Underwood singing some awesome breakup song, I'd never been in a relationship. I'm 10. But I'm like, yeah, slash his tires. That sounds great. And I could feel the pain and the anger that she had towards this fella when she was singing the song. But she told a story so well that it made me feel a part of it. And that's what inspired me in my music writing is I want to be able to tell a story that someone else can be a part of.
So overall, how important is when you're making a song, how important is the story aspect of it for you?
I talk a lot about the story, but I think the most important part of my music is that it feels right to me when I make it. It has honest feelings, it, but those feelings go out to create a story. So I think the basis is the feelings, being able to portray that correctly before the story. Um, like just the feelings behind the storytelling first.
And how do, let's say, those feelings in any way coordinate to how, let's say, you're making the song with the strings and the chords?
Um, yeah, the chords definitely play in what kind of story you're telling. Like if you're in a major key or a minor key, normally those minor keys are more somber songs, a little bit sadder, or maybe more anger and pain than an upbeat, um, major chords, happier, going on telling a different type of story. So yeah, it definitely impacts what feelings are being portrayed.
Do you have any songs that you want to plan on doing in, let's say, major key?
I do. There is one that's actually in the works right now that is much happier than the other ones, and it's not a breakup song. It's more of a like a moving on to the next chapter kind of song. So it is more upbeat and it is happier.
And when you say moving on to the next chapter, what do you mean by that?
Um, Partly in relationships and then just also in life. For the past few years, I've been in one chapter of my life where I'm just trying to get to the next point of I have this goal for career, I have this goal for music, I have this goal for where I want to be, like physically living, and I finally reached those spots. I got into the school that I wanted to for the program that I want to go into, and I've written songs for music, and I'm playing 1 or 2 shows a week. And so I finally got to a point where I feel more content. I've reached goals, and it's time to enjoy those goals and celebrate reaching that, and then set the next goals to move forward again.
So when you talk about these, what are your next goals going to be then, since you've accomplished all this already?
My next goals are to branch out from the area, start playing a little further away, get closer to Dallas and Austin, and maybe into Houston areas, just kind of bigger cities, get a little more exposure, a little further from my comfort zone.
Have you been in those cities already and kind of seen what it's like over there, the music scene?
In Austin, there's a couple places that I've played a couple times, just like brunch spots that I really enjoy, and it is a different crowd. There are different types of people with different music tastes. So here, I know a lot of the places I go, I can fully rely on old country, like 70s, 80s country music, and the restaurant's gonna love it. But then I go into these other places, these bigger cities that have more diverse crowds, and I know I need to play less of that music and a little more of something else for the engagement, but I always stick to music that I relate to, that I enjoy, that I can stand beside when I play it.
And how soon do you think you're going to, let's say, start branching out to these other parts of the state?
I think I want to get out into some more spots in the summer. With school, I'll be very busy the first half of summer, but I want to take that second half to focus more on music and my growth and branching out into those spots. And then I think it'll be by next summer before I can really take a big jump.
I know you have, like, let's say, a lot of connections here with the other artists here. Are they, let's say, trying to, let's say, join you on this journey branching out?
I haven't really talked to a lot of people about the branching out. I know I do have one friend that is planning to move to Austin to play her music there, and I hope that once I get out that way, we can do something together there. I do have other connections in a couple areas, just family members or other people that I knew from high school that I can connect with and maybe get into a spot that way.
Well, that's great. I'm looking forward to hearing you in all these different avenues and explore these different genres as well. I think it'll be really good for you and your career.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you for tuning into Sessions. For more Sessions content, check out Jack TV SFA on YouTube. I'm Xavier Lindsay, and we'll see you on the next one.